Warning: don't underestimate the weakness of the legs after the age of 60. After the age of 60, many people begin to notice noticeable changes in their legs. A feeling of heaviness, fatigue, dull pain after walking, climbing stairs, or standing for long periods of time. Many people think that it is just a natural consequence of aging. However, the reality is not so simple. Age is only part of the cause. The rest comes from the silent enemies that you may be unknowingly nurturing every day. Seemingly harmless habits such as sitting for a long time, drinking little water, eating too much sugar, or lack of exercise are silently eroding the strength of the muscles and joints of your legs. They cause blood circulation to decrease, muscles to weaken, joints to become inflamed, painful, and inflexible. If not corrected early, this condition can lead to falls, broken bones, or loss of the ability to walk independently. So protecting your feet isn't just about walking. It's also about preserving your overall health and quality of life in old age. Don't wait until your legs are no longer stable to start changing. 15 habits and foods that harm the legs, especially in people over 60 years old. 1. Fried food, the silent enemy of the legs. Fried foods such as fried chicken, chips, and fried cakes, although attractive, are one of the silent causes of damage to the health of the legs, especially in people over 60 years old. These foods are often high in trans fats and oils that have been used repeatedly, substances that easily increase inflammation in the body, causing leg joints to become sore, stiff, and difficult to move flexibly. In addition, bad fats also reduce blood circulation, causing the muscles in the legs to not receive enough oxygen and nutrients, leading to muscle weakness, leg fatigue, or numbness. Regular consumption of fried foods also contributes to an increased risk of obesity and diabetes, two factors that exacerbate leg and joint problems. Older people should limit it to a minimum and replace it with steamed, boiled, or grilled dishes with little oil. 2. Processed meats, sausages, cold cuts, canned meats. Processed meats, such as sausages, cold cuts, sausages, and canned meats, often contain a lot of preservatives, nitrates, colorants, and saturated fats. These components not only cause chronic inflammation in the body, but also adversely affect blood circulation and muscle nourishment, especially in the elderly. Prolonged inflammation weakens muscles, slows down tissue regeneration, and easily leads to muscle loss, sarcopenia, a major cause of weak legs and unstable walking. In addition, high sodium intake is also easy to cause water retention, increase blood pressure, and aggravate cardiovascular problems, which can cause leg edema or lower limb pain. For people over 60 years old, regular consumption of these meats should be minimized to protect leg health and long-term mobility. 3. Instant noodles, the silent enemy of the feet of the elderly. Instant noodles are a convenient, cheap, and popular dish, but they have many hidden risks to health, especially the legs, the place where the body is under the most pressure. This type of food often contains very high levels of salt, sodium, along with many preservatives, flavorings, and artificial additives. When consumed too much, excess salt will cause the body to retain water, causing swelling of the legs, edema of the ankles, and obstructing blood circulation to muscle tissues. This can easily lead to a feeling of heaviness in the legs, leg fatigue, and in the long run, reduced mobility. In addition, instant noodles contain almost no fiber, protein, or vitamins, so they cannot nourish important muscle groups in the calves and thighs, which are prone to muscle atrophy in older adults. Eating a lot of instant noodles also increases the risk of hypertension, diabetes, and kidney disease, factors that indirectly affect the health of the legs. 4. Industrial sweets such as snacks, candies, and carbonated soft drinks often contain large amounts of refined sugars and trans fats, two factors that directly harm muscle and skeletal health, especially in the elderly. When consumed regularly, sugar increases the chronic inflammatory response in the body, including muscle tissue in the legs, causing pain and slowing down the recovery process after exercise. At the same time, trans fats contained in many packaged confectionery also reduce muscle flexibility, causing fat accumulation around the joints, making the legs easily tired, weak, and unbalanced. In people over 60 years old, muscle regeneration is inherently slow, so the abuse of industrial sweets is more likely to lead to premature muscle degeneration, reduced mobility, and increased risk of falls. 5. Processed cheese, industrial, heavily processed, contains very high levels of sodium and synthetic phosphate. These are two ingredients that can cause many problems for older people, especially those over 60. Excess sodium increases blood pressure and affects blood circulation in the legs, while synthetic phosphate easily causes an imbalance of minerals in the body, hindering the absorption of calcium and magnesium, two important factors for maintaining muscle and joint strength. When deficient in these minerals, older people are more likely to experience symptoms such as cramps, numbness, and muscle weakness in the legs, leading to difficulty walking and a higher risk of falls. Therefore, it is recommended to limit the consumption of processed cheese and instead choose natural sources of calcium, such as low-fat, fresh milk, almonds, small fish that eat whole bones, or dark green vegetables. 6. White bread is a popular food but has many potential health risks, especially for people over 60 years old. Because it is made from refined wheat flour, white bread is almost free of natural fiber, vitamins, and minerals. When ingested, this food causes a sudden increase in blood sugar, causing the body to secrete more insulin to process. In the long term, this condition causes blood sugar imbalances, reduces energy, and negatively affects muscle and nerve function, especially in the legs. Moreover, the lack of fiber from white bread also causes the digestive system to work poorly, indirectly affecting the absorption of micronutrients necessary for muscles such as magnesium, potassium, and calcium. If used regularly, older people may experience weak legs, easy pain, loss of sensation, or decreased endurance when walking. 7. Industrial milk chocolate usually contains very little pure cocoa, an ingredient rich in antioxidants that are beneficial to health. Instead, this chocolate contains a very high content of refined sugar and saturated fat. Regular consumption can cause chronic inflammation in the body, affect the vascular system, and reduce blood circulation to the lower limbs, including the leg muscles. In people over 60 years old, this is especially dangerous because the legs already tend to weaken with age. In addition, sugar and bad fats also increase the risk of metabolic disorders such as diabetes or high cholesterol, factors that directly cause impaired motor function. If you want to eat chocolate, older people should choose dark chocolate, over 70% cocoa, low in sugar, and eat in moderate amounts to protect muscle, health, and blood circulation. 8. Alcohol is one of the silent but harmful factors to bone and joint health and muscles, especially in the elderly. Regular alcohol consumption can reduce the absorption of essential minerals such as calcium, magnesium, and potassium, important substances that help maintain muscle strength and bone strength. In addition, alcohol also disrupts protein synthesis, a key factor for recovering and maintaining muscle mass, thereby causing muscles to weaken over time. Alcohol also affects the liver and nerves, indirectly impairing the coordination of limbs. For people over 60 years old, this condition is even more dangerous because the musculoskeletal system has already begun to age. Therefore, if you want to keep your legs healthy and flexible and reduce the risk of falls, it is essential to minimize alcohol. 9. Sitting for a long time or sedentary is a common habit, especially in the elderly, but it has many serious risks to the health of the legs. When you sit still for too long, blood flow to the legs will be reduced, easily causing numbness, cramps, and a feeling of heaviness in the legs. In the long run, this condition can weaken muscles, reduce joint flexibility, and even increase the risk of deep vein blood clots, DVT, a dangerous complication that can lead to stroke or pulmonary embolism. To fix it, people over 60 years old should actively stand up, walk gently, or perform simple leg stretches every 30-60 minutes. In addition, exercises such as ankle rotation, heel raises, or in-place steps can be incorporated to maintain circulation and strengthen the legs. 10. Drinking not enough water is a silent habit that seriously affects the health of the feet, especially in people over 60 years old. When the body is dehydrated, the muscles in the legs are prone to spasms, increasing the risk of cramps, soreness in the calves, knees, and joints. At the same time, lack of water also causes the connective tissues in the body to lose elasticity, making the legs weaker and more vulnerable when exercising. This is especially dangerous in the elderly because it can cause loss of balance, easy to fall, For prevention, it is recommended to maintain the habit of drinking enough from 1.5 to 2 liters of water per day, divided evenly throughout the day instead of drinking in the evening. Prioritize filtered water, warm water, or herbal drinks such as ginger tea and chamomile tea to both replenish water, support blood circulation, and relax muscles. 11. Consuming too much refined sugar is a common habit but seriously harms the health of the legs, especially in the elderly. When eating a lot of cakes, candies, carbonated soft drinks, or foods high in sugar, the body will face chronic inflammation, a factor that damages muscle tissue and joints. At the same time, refined sugar disrupts energy metabolism, thereby causing leg muscles to weaken, fatigue, and soreness, and even increase the risk of diabetes, a disease that often causes complications in the feet. To improve, people over 60 years old should minimize foods with refined sugars. Instead, should use fresh fruits, nutritious nuts, unsweetened yogurt, or natural sweets from sweet potatoes, pumpkins, etc. Small changes in the diet can be very effective in protecting the health of the feet. 12. One of the common reasons why people over 60 years old have weak legs and difficulty walking is the lack of high-quality protein in their daily diet. When the body is not supplied with enough protein, the process of maintaining and regenerating muscle mass will be impaired, leading to muscle loss, sarcopenia, a common condition in the elderly. As a result, the legs are weak, the ability to maintain balance is poor. It is easy to fall and lose the ability to move flexibly. Besides, protein deficiency also reduces resistance and recovery speed from injuries in the lower extremities. To overcome, older people should regularly supplement with easily digestible protein sources such as fish, eggs, soybeans, lean chicken, unsweetened yogurt. Combined with light exercise such as walking or resistance training will help protect leg muscles and maintain long-term exercise health. 13. Wearing inappropriate footwear is one of the common causes of foot injury in the elderly. Shoes that are too tight, soles that are too stiff, or lack of support for the arch of the foot can lead to problems such as heel pain, knee joint pain, foot misalignment, and even affect gait and balance. In the long run, this increases the risk of falls and injuries. To avoid this, it is recommended to choose shoes with soft materials that fit the foot, with insole support and non-slip soles to create stability when moving. 14. Abuse of pain relievers, NSAIDs, or diuretics can cause many health hazards, especially for the elderly. NSAIDs, although they help relieve pain, if used excessively, will damage the kidneys and muscles, causing impaired muscle function and leading to soreness. Meanwhile, diuretics have the effect of reducing the amount of water in the body but cause the body to lose important minerals such as potassium and magnesium. A deficiency of these minerals can increase the risk of cramps and weaken muscles, especially in the leg area, making it difficult to move and balance. To minimize harm, users need to strictly follow the doctor's instructions when using the drug and supplement the necessary minerals if there is a deficiency. 15. Ignore signs of anemia or vitamin B12 deficiency. Anemia and vitamin B12 deficiency can seriously affect the health of the legs. Both of these conditions affect the peripheral nervous system, leading to numbness in the legs, muscle weakness, and sometimes loss of sensation in the feet. If not detected and treated promptly, anemia and B12 deficiency can impair mobility, make it difficult to walk, and reduce quality of life. To prevent these problems, regular health checkups are extremely important. If anemia or vitamin B12 deficiency is detected, your doctor may prescribe a proper diet or take the necessary vitamin supplements. Foods rich in vitamin B12 such as liver, eggs, fish, and whole grains are great options for providing enough nutrients for the body, supporting nerve function, and helping to maintain leg health. Warning: 2 vitamins that can be harmful if overdosed. 1. Vitamin A. Vitamin A is an essential nutrient for the body, playing an important role in maintaining vision, immune function, and skin health. However, when overdosed, vitamin A can cause serious health effects, especially to muscles and bones, especially in the elderly. Harmful effects of vitamin A overdose. One of the most serious consequences of overuse of vitamin A is myositis. This can lead to persistent pain in the muscles, especially in the lower limbs, such as the legs. These pains can last for a long time and make you feel tired and uncomfortable in your daily activities. In addition, excess vitamin A can also thin the leg bones, which makes the bones weak, easy to break, and makes it difficult to move. When the leg bones are thinned, mobility is limited, and the risk of falls increases, directly affecting the quality of life. How to protect your health? To avoid excess vitamin A, you should limit the use of vitamin A supplements without a doctor's prescription. Also, pay attention to food sources rich in vitamin A, like animal liver, dark green, leafy vegetables, and carrots, to ensure adequate supplementation without exceeding what is needed. Taking vitamin A supplements in a reasonable and moderate manner is very important to protect the body from unwanted harm. 2. Vitamin D. Vitamin D is an important nutrient that helps the body absorb calcium, maintain bone health, and support the immune system. However, like any vitamin, if overdosed, vitamin D can also cause unwanted consequences. Harmful effects of excess vitamin D. One of the serious effects of vitamin D overdose is increased calcium in the blood. This condition can lead to muscle pain, muscle contractions, and bone pain, especially in the joints and legs. Excess vitamin D can also cause kidney failure because excess calcium will affect the filtration function of the kidneys. In addition, excess vitamin D also causes swelling of the legs and causes the muscles and joints of the legs to become weaker. This can make it difficult to move, and the loss of flexibility can affect the ability to be independent in daily activities. To avoid excess vitamin D, you need to check the level of vitamin D in your body through blood tests and only take vitamin D supplements when prescribed by your doctor. Excessive use of vitamin D can cause serious health problems that not everyone realizes right away. Therefore, vitamin D supplementation should be taken in a controlled and reasonable manner, based on the actual needs of the body. General tips. To protect your health, especially as you age, there are some basic principles that you need to pay attention to. 1. Limit processed and fried foods. Processed and fried foods not only affect overall health, but also negatively impact muscles and bones. These foods are high in grease, sugar, and preservatives, which can cause inflammation in the body and reduce the health of joints and muscles. 2. Minimize the consumption of sweet foods and alcohol. Refined sugar and alcohol are two factors that can increase the level of inflammation in the body. In particular, alcohol can impair the body's ability to absorb essential vitamins and minerals, leading to muscle weakness and reduced muscle recovery. 3. Take vitamin supplements in the right dosage, as prescribed by your doctor. Vitamins and minerals are necessary for the body, but taking too many supplements can cause unwanted side effects. Consult your doctor before using any vitamins to ensure your body is getting enough nutrients without the risk of excess. 4. Choose natural and healthy foods. Natural foods, such as green vegetables, seeds, yogurt, lean meats, whole grains, provide adequate nutrition for the body without causing health problems. These foods not only provide vitamins and minerals, but also help maintain bone and muscle health, slowing down the aging process. 5. Listen to your body and change your habits from the smallest things. Every day, your body sends signals about its health status. Listening to these cues and changing bad habits, even the smallest, can help you maintain long-term health. Improving your eating habits, exercising regularly, and taking care of your body every day will help you maintain good health and minimize the risk of age-related diseases. The key to living a healthy and active life in the coming years is initiative and smart choices from daily habits. Thank you for watching our share. Thank you very much and wish you good health. Don't forget to like and subscribe to follow more useful videos for you.